friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am using the Etcher watercolor paints that I was graciously gifted by a dear friend, and I'm trying to see how it moves and how I can work with this paint on hot press paper. The paper I'm using is actually Fabriano Studio hot press. This is a 25% paper, and I just wanted to see how I could use these paints on this paper. And basically that's what I did. I had a drawing down, decided to use it on it, and that's about it. I don't like it on this paper, to be honest. It didn't really work for me, and it made me think about other things that I really want to talk to you guys about. I've seen a lot, and I actually do enjoy watching them myself, gift guides and recommendations and art gift recommendations, what to give the artist. And this is something I really wanted to talk to you guys about, because especially like how Christmas left and you have Valentine's Day and you have all these amazing days of celebrations, birthdays, oh my goodness, all these amazing days of celebration where you would want to give your budding artist or your artist friend or significant person in your life who does art an art present. And I don't do those videos, and I don't do those videos not because I'm protesting or I have anything against them. Like I said before, I actually do love watching them for my own personal use, to see what's out there, what's on the market, what's trending. But I don't do them because I think my video is going to be like the shortest shopping gift guide video ever. Honestly, I think it's going to be like the shortest one ever. Well, consider it this way. I will recommend buy what you could afford and buy what interests your artist friend. That's it. Probably will not be recommending products, not because I don't like them. Guys, you see me using the Etcher watercolors. It's because I don't know every single person who is interested in art on the face of this planet, what they can afford, and I don't want to recommend a product that is outside of your budget. And vice versa, I don't want to recommend a product that you end up trying based on my recommendation and end up hating. So, and that's like my biggest fear. Like, oh, I will recommend go buy this amazing, beautiful art product that I love so much, and it might not be for you. Like, for instance, there are certain art supplies out there that people love, and I buy them because, yeah, it looks amazing. And then when I go to work with them, they just don't fit my art style. They don't. The way I choose to do art, they don't work for me. And I will think that every single art product in the face of this earth works for me because my art style is very simple. But in reality, not every single product on the face of this earth works with the way I choose to do art. And I don't want to recommend something to someone that may not match them. So my best advice is to basically buy what you could afford. Buy what is out there that you could afford, and buy the things that you're interested in. Because then if you have a personal interest in them, then you might go out there and buy them and discover, yeah, that doesn't work for me at all. The other thing I want to talk about is probably along the lines of gift guides. Why don't do videos when it comes to my favorites? That's not because I don't have favorite art supply. I actually don't have a favorite art supply that I love working with. I mean, there's things that I love using while I'm doing art, but I don't really have a favorite art supply. I actually don't. I'm using these Etcher. I really, really like them, but I won't call them my favorite because I might be using these for maybe a week, a month, and then next week, next month, or tomorrow, I go on to using something completely different. Literally. You guys saw in last month's adaptation, I was working with watercolor markers, and today I'm working with the Etcher watercolor paints. Tomorrow, who knows what I'm working with? Probably with gouache. Maybe I'll work with watercolor crayons. I'm always changing because I like trying new stuff, and that's the reason why I don't do favorites. Now, there's things I absolutely cannot work without. Like binder clips, can't work without them. I have to have binder clips. I use them, and you can see them on clipped on the edge of my sketchbook. I use them constantly. I can't work without them. And thankfully, they're affordable. I think they're about $1 a pair. I think the pack of binder clips that I got cost about $3 for a pack of 6. Well, the sizes that are clipped on this sketchbook, it's about, yeah, those one right there. Those are about $3 a pack with 6 coming in the pack. So they're pretty affordable for me, and I cannot work without them. The other thing I can't work without is pencils and erasers. Can't work without those either. And a pencil costs like 25 cents in the country of Belize, and an eraser just about the same. So yeah, and the quality of the pencil doesn't have to be any major joint pencil. Any simple HB pencil would do. Basically, yeah, those are my favorites: binder clips, pencils, and erasers, and rulers. I think my favorites are pretty cheap. This is interesting because in this piece right here, I was actually using ultramarine blue. I should talk about this piece a little bit. And here I was using a mixture of the scarlet red, I think, a green, and white, because I really wanted a muted color. I'm actually looking at now the completed piece, and I'm thinking that I probably want to add a little bit of colored pencils to this. Just a little bit of colored pencils, just so that I could, I don't know. I think I may have muted or dulling my mixtures a bit, and I need something to create definition and volume. Not necessarily brightness, but definitely definition and volume. I'm going in there. These are actually my own creations. I call them pally sticks, and they come in a variety of colors. And today in this illustration, I'm actually featuring 2 of those, red and blue. Yeah, I named them after the color that they're colored in. And they're just a fun little mischievous bunch, just like getting into trouble. Some of them like to sleep a lot. I didn't show you on the other side of the sketchbook. I was actually also doing some playing around. That's because I was playing around with some colored pencils. And yeah, like I said, the day before I was playing around with colored pencils, and now today I'm playing around with the extra. My favorites change constantly. I don't have a favorite. Like, there's things like literally the colored pencils now. Pencils, erasers, and binder clips are the things I can't live without. I mixed the ultramarine blue here with a little bit of orange, just to kind of dull it down a bit so I could paint the sides of the pally sticks. And then this is the pure red going in there, just for his face alone. I didn't want to, what's the word? In this illustration, I just wanted to show them as fun-loving little creatures, just, playing around mushrooms and flower beds. Here I was having trouble because I noticed especially the ultramarine blue was streaking a lot, and I wasn't sure if it was the paper or and I made sure this time when I was painting this part that I put enough paint on the brush, and I still noticed streaking. So I know definitely it is the paper, and that's something I don't like. I really don't like streaking. Maybe that's the reason why I never took to acrylics, because of the streakiness. But yeah, it's definitely the paper. So these paints streak a lot on this paper. I think some of the last thing you'll see me do is tighten up this piece a bit, putting on the edge of the pally stick. I darkened the red a little bit with a little bit of ultramarine blue, and then I'm using just the pure yellow orange color. I'm sorry guys, I should know these colors better. I'm using soft orange, the pure soft orange, to color the middle of the flower bed. And here I mixed the same red that I used, the simple red. I mixed it with some pretty pink. I mixed in some ultramarine blue to get the top of the mushrooms. Yes, all I had to do was look at the swatch chart. The last thing you'll see me do is actually color the shoes of the palette sticks. Their shoes is just white, so their body has color and their shoes has black, and that's about it. Coloring their shoes black because their legs are white, so I just use the white of the paper to represent their legs. And I think in this representation I only have three shoes to paint, so it's not a lot. Guys, this has been so interesting, so informative. I'm glad I was able to discuss with you why I don't do art hauls now, why I don't do gift guides or favorites. Here's my progress, here what I did. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and as always, stay safe, stay blessed.